morning guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm using up scraps today, so I'm just making some collages that I will emboss and color and embroider on later. So I needed to clear off my desk. I kind of have a little bit too much scraps again. So I thought I glue that onto textile pieces and then I can use them for my journals later. I kind of have gotten to that point that I'm getting allergic to scraps that are laying around too much. So I told myself that today is the day when it will be used, and the things that isn't used by the end of the session will go to the bin. So I hope I can stand by that. These are old tea bags that I have burned a lot of small holes in. And coffee dyed them, of course. And I glue these on textile pieces just because I prefer it. It's nothing you need to do at all. Just use the scraps you have and the paper you have laying around. Don't think so much about things you need to do. I had a comment from Francesca Nunez about that. She had put on a film with mark making, and I said that it's easier to use mark making if you also are using watercolor and painting. And then we got into a discussion about must-haves and must-dos. Many people is stuck in that feeling that you need special things to do this kind of craft. It's too much of that. You must have a blue paper that is printed this way, or else you can't do the craft. Or if you're going to do this journal, you need to have that digital and that ephemera and that. And I don't like that, and she was totally with me on that we have too much of the must-haves around us. And we both think that the most important thing is to actually do something, have fun and enjoy it, and don't think so much about the outcome and that you are in need of something just because someone else used exactly that thing. I try to say that all the time, that people should use what they have and not go and buy unnecessary things that you actually already have. I fall for that sometimes, me too. I see something that is so beautiful and I think that I really need that tool or that special paper to get the right outcome. But The more I think, I have come to the conclusion that if I do it my way with my things, it's more unique and more fun. And it can maybe inspire someone else to do the same. Don't go with the flow and follow the stream. Swim the other way and see if you can get fish anyway, if you know what I mean. It's nice, of course, to have the basics so it works, but often you can use what you already have at home. If you just are a little bit flexible and can think outside the box. I did another little art journal sketchbook thingy last night. A smaller one than I did the other day when I did the recording. So it's nice to have several sizes. If you are going to sit on a bus or the train or something like that, it's easier to have a smaller one. So I did it with A5 pages also from another old cover and put it together with a seam binding. And that worked perfectly. So now I just need to use it also. Get out there and sketch, but I hope that the weather will be a bit warmer soon so we can get there. Out in the forest and by the lake and enjoy the sun. I'm doing some finds here, and that's nice, with some bigger pieces that I actually don't need to call scraps. And then I think I would like to have an old book page. I know it is here somewhere. one. I think this will be perfect with some embossing and maybe some watercolor on some of the pieces. This is just some old book paper that has been some kind of first page in an old book. I saved them because I like the color on the paper. This is also a piece from the first page in an antique book. You can see this original print, it's so beautiful. And it's perfect when you have textile on the back of these old papers, then you're sure that it won't break when you sew in it or putting it somewhere that you need to bend it or want it to be a bit flexible. I should do this more often. This kind of scrap craft making. It's a nice thing to do. It's needed, and my brain like it. It's calming to sit down and just glue things down and don't need to think so much about composition, and things need to look a certain way. When you make a journal, you still need to at least try to get things right and put it on the right spot and sew in the right order. But to just sit down like this and just put some papers in random order onto another paper is really calming. We still do things that we actually need to do, so feel like I'm doing something nice and good. Okay, let's go to the next step where I'm going to emboss these so they get some nice patterns and then maybe some color on them or embroidery. So I will just clean the desk off and get my embossing machine so you can see me do this. So this is kind of the look I'm going for. I want the paper to be embossed, so we get some nice pattern on it and a 3D feeling. So let's continue. So I'm just putting my paper in these folders. And this is a Gemini Crafter's Companion with these, I think it's apple blossom. Makes a really nice pattern on the papers. So let's do one more. Let's take my favorite roses. And I just looked this up to another customer, and I thought I could remember where it came from, but as always, now it's lost again. Need to see which way is up and down. This need to go up, so I think we need to put it this way. Really like this. It makes the whole difference of the papers. Let's go with these two. Can get them both in the same time. And it's totally okay even if you have a textile on the back. It works anyway. Look, the roses looks like they were painted, as I had a flower watercolored painted on the back of the paper. Okay, now you have seen this part. I will do the rest and then I will be back and we can see if they need something more. So we have our embossed pieces, and on this one I just did some random stitching on it, just to make a little detail. On this tile I did some French knots in the middle of the embossed flower. And this one got also a little bit of stitching. And then another way to decorate is putting on more decorations. You can of course put laces, you can put feathers, you can, yes, whatever. And I have some photo prints. And I'm thinking we could use some of them to put something nice on. This one. Actually like it with just the text in it. This is a die cut from an old thick book cover. And it's also embossed. I also embossed one of the envelopes I did on the recording the other day. So I did the roses on it. Tried that, and that is also really cute to do, or part of the envelope. See if we can put this little girl somewhere here. Give her a little bit of brown tone. Let's give her some textile underneath. Let's put this feather, and I have not curled them myself. I have bought them like this in a craft store here in my town, so I want it a bit curved, so I put a couple of clips on it so it will stay in place while it dries. An original old photo that has been ripped out from somewhere. I like this little dyed, rust dyed textile with some stamped text on. So let that go in that corner. And then we can of course decorate these a bit more later when we put them in the journals, so it will fit the theme we have on the actual journal. This is taken from the small island that is south in Sweden called Gotland. This is the town Visby. They have this beautiful old house. Me and my friends went there when I had my 15th birthday. So we got to be 50, all of us, the same year. We went to school together. So we did this trip that summer, and this was in a thrift store. So was some old pictures I got to find. So I have original photos and I have these original old photos, and that was rather fun. I might sew this on the machine later on and sew a bit around it, so but I will leave it like this for now. So I will stop there tonight so I don't get you bored. But I hope I have got you some ideas how to use up your scraps. On an easy way. You have probably seen everything before, but you can never get reminded too much about this scrap piles that we have that really needs to go somewhere. So thank you for keeping me company, and I will see you soon again. Until next time, bye bye from Sweden.